Peace, peace, peace. It's the Tasha shit. And the name of this video is gonna be Sabotage still ain't gonna change the fact that black Americans are the Aborigines of the Americans. Alright? So boom. So, you guys that was in on the live stream last night, I'm just like, I apologize to you guys. I by no me personally had nothing to do with whatever was shown on the screen. Somebody hacked my live stream last night, and as a result, I'm now blocked. I can't even live stream until my appeal go through. Alright, which is cool. I don't give a fuck, because I go back to the basics with this. Alright, so with that being said, I assume that I was under the assumption that we was all grown-ups, man. But I'm starting to think that there's paid people to troll people pages and do this shit purposely. And I mean, like, come on, man. Because honestly, I don't really fuck with people. I don't even give people enough to come back at me with, because I don't say shit to them. Because there's nothing worth saying nothing to. The content speaks for its fucking self. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't gotta clear up the content or even try to prove to nobody the content is what I believe it is. You guys see it for yourself, alright? So, they can sabotage the live stream. It really doesn't fucking matter at this point in time. You understand what I'm saying? It really doesn't matter at this point in time, because, people do their own research, and people going to find out whether they shut my channel down, whether they shut other people's channel down. The information is out there already. You know what I'm saying? It's out there already. So you want to change history. I mean, I don't know if you can do that. But with that being said, no, listen, like I said, I deal with respect. I'm a grown ass man, and I mean that literally. Now, when I say I'm a grown ass man, I don't mean that I'm grown to the point that I don't continue learning. But I'm grown to the fact that I hold myself to some levels of maturity, and maturity will not be posting no fucking homosexual fucking shit on my live stream while my peoples that I got highly respect for is on it. You know what I'm saying? So for whoever to do that is a low down fucking scumbag. Honestly, like, whoever would do some shit like that, that's as low as you can go. Like, why would motherfucker even be trolling if you don't agree with the content? Why the fuck do you constantly come on my page? I don't fuck with none of you. I mean, the information is the information. If you don't believe the information, keep it fucking moving. Okay? I mean, that's still not going to stop nobody from coming through trolling or doing this fucking bullshit that they be doing. But that's alright though. Next time I won't share my screen, because I think that's how they got it. But it's all good. I done took care of what I need to take care of. Hopefully, if I can do live streams in the future again or whatever, it won't be like, it won't be going down like that. You know what I'm saying? You got people talking about some, Carl, actually one of the brothers in the chat room called me last night along with Chief Holiday. Chief Holiday seen it. I didn't see it. Cause I had my screen share, and I was showing y'all the pyramids. When I went back to the Google, hangout, I seen a message like, yo, the shit was off. I was talking the whole time. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. The whole time I was talking, I didn't even know I was booted off until I got off the sharing screen and seen for myself. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. I mean, definitely. I definitely, like, I don't play no games with nobody. I'm definitely not into no fucking pervert or no homosexual porn. Cause that's what I was told that was playing or whatever. But with that being said, man, look, man, it can sabotage whatever. I just hope some of you guys have the, the respect for me to know that I damn sure ain't have nothing to do with that. Alright, so, whatever trolls, whatever their motive is or whatever, like, it is what it is. I mean, if you wanna stop people from knowing this information, I mean, it's too late at this point in time. But I mean, it's all on the internet. It's all on the internet. It's everywhere. So, I mean, like, I don't know what to say at this point in time while people will be trolling when I ain't got no personal beefs with nobody. I don't go to nobody's channel and fuck with nobody. Like, so for a person to do that, that is a low down fucking scumbag. And trust and believe, that shit will come back on you playing games with people like that. Because if you did it to me, you done did it to somebody else. So you run around here playing games, posting inappropriate shit on people's channels, getting people's channel flagged. That's some faggot shit. It ain't nothing but a fucking white boy doing it. You understand? So you already know what it is. But guess what? Guess what though? I'm right back at it this morning. I apologize to the ladies that was in the chat room that had to see that bullshit, and to the fellas that had to see anything that was inappropriate. No, that's not your boy. Your boy don't roll like that in no way, shape, form, or fashion. And I truly apologize or whatever. But with that being said, we're gonna get into this. All right. So fuck it. So my name is the Atonchi. This one. All right. All right. Hold tight for a second. All right, my name is the Atonchi. All right, when I first started doing these videos, it was due to that I had pictures, and in my opinion, no one was kind of explaining what these pictures meant, and it lead up to speculation that a lot of these images that they were showing you was Africans that was brought here. You know what I'm saying? Upon my further research, I found out that it was already Negroes here. And despite the fact that people show you pre-Columbian skeletons, people show you images of people that dark-skinned people that don't look nothing phenotypically like what we're being told Indians look like, was already here. You understand what I'm saying? And, it's a bunch of additional evidence to back that up. Not only do you have archaeologists and anthropologists, as well as these type of images here, you know what I'm saying? You also got like shit like they done came and fuck with people DNA. Fuck with people birth certificates through these racial integrity acts. You know what I'm saying? They can't cover that up. That shit is already history. There's people already on that, working on that. You got images like this, America. Now, a person of this dark hue, let's go right here. Okay? This is, you guys already know how I get that. So look, we already know this is I'm just going for you fuck boys who want to see sources and shit. Population division. This is the historical census statistics on population total by race from 1790 to 1990. All right, so we'll go down. All right, so I just wanted to just show y'all. You guys already know. We'll put the link in the description. You already know what this is. All right, cool. There we go. All right, so United States race and Hispanic origins. All right, so 1790 to 1990. All right. So if you see at the top, from your left to your right, census year, total population. Then it goes into races. You got white, black, American Indian, Asian, and Pacific Islanders. Okay, and it says other races. Okay, now when we go down, we're going to start right here from 1990. We're starting right here from 1990. You see the population of people from 1990. Population 29 million. It was almost 200,000 so-called whites. And then there was I guess this is a million Indians and 7 million Asians along with Pacific Islanders. All right. So when you go down, we're going to go down to the earliest. We're going to go right here, 1790. 1790. Okay. We see population. This column right here is black. This column right here is white. Okay. We go down. We see the population. 1790. You see it's 3 million and some Europeans, and there's almost a million. There's 757,280 so-called Negroes or black people in this land. All right. So when we move over right here, now we see a big gap from 1790 to 1850, right? You don't see no motherfucking Indians in this right here, right? So now in 1860, you can see 44 you see 44,000 of them just jump up. And then in this area, you see 34,000 Asian Pacific Islanders just come up, right? Now, boom. So what happened to them right here? What happened to them the whole time in this area right here? From 1790 to 1850, where the fuck was the Indians at? But what we do see, we don't see no other population or no other classification people from 1790 to 1850 except white and black people, all right? So let's go right here. Let's check this out. All right. So, and this is, you know, it has some twists and turns in this, but you can use some of this just to get the point across of what I'm trying to prove. All right. So this is Thought Company, and this article is the untold history of American Indian slavery. All right. All right, so you go down, you see, it says, long before the transatlantic slave trade was established in North America, a transatlantic slave trade in Indians has been occurring since the very earliest European arrival. It was used as weapon of war among the European colonists and as a tactic for survival among Indians who participated in the slave trade as slavers. It contributed to the fierce decline of Indian population after the coming of the European, along with the devastating diseases epidemic, and lasted well into the 18th century when it was replaced by African slavery. So it's saying from the time, what is the earliest time the Europeans got here? Go to the first colony. We know the first colony was in Roanoke Island in Virginia. We know that was around 1570, 1580, around that time, okay? Now it says from the earliest time, Europe, from the earliest arrival, okay? Now, why are they saying that the Africans was brought here in the 1800s? And listen, this stuff gets misleading as you do the research on it. As you do the research on it, it's no way no scholar can put together and tell you exactly what happened, because at first they tell you 1619, but then they say, oh no, it may have happened in the 1700s. And they say, oh no, it may have happened in the 1800s. You understand? Okay. It has left a legacy still among native population in the East. In the East, where we at? In the East. Okay, it is also one of the most hidden narratives in American historical literature. Okay, now they hiding it because person gonna figure it out. Person gonna figure this shit out right quick. Right? If you see the person like this, right? Check this out. Or we gonna go ahead. Okay, I'm just a person who's just doing the research, right? So if I did the research and I pull up John Ogbeli in America, right? And I see his maps, right? So let me see. Let me. All right. So boom. We already been through this. You already know how this shit go down, y'all. Let me see. Okay. Negro land. Boom. Negro land. This is North America. Okay. These are Aborigines. Okay. Look. Paraguay. Look. These are black people. Look at the kid. He has a fucking afro. Okay. We can sit here and play games and talk stupid shit all we want, but the identity, look, all these brothers got, look, all of them got that. And you see, he got something like a fur on his head or whatever, though. But all these brothers, look, he got like an afro type haircut. He got afro type haircut. And it goes on and on and on. Look, Peru, look, the same looking people. The same looking people. What's this? Look, that shit say Ethiopia, but this is in fucking South America right here. Look, the same looking people right there. We go here. We go here. We go to Virginia. We got the same looking people right here with these same looking afros, okay? Now, like I said, I didn't make these pictures up. I'm not the vessel in which made these images or whatever. I'm just looking them over. Okay, now check this out. Let me see something. We got this. We go here. See the fur. Look at this. You see this? This is a motherfucking Negro, okay? And look, you see the Europeans or the Cavaliers or whoever these people pretending to be, you see them. Look, these are motherfucking Negroes. So we can sit here and play stupid all we want. And you can sit here and play and take over the live stream, post some homosexual fucking faggot shit or whatever all you want. It ain't going to change the fact that we got the image of Montezuma He's a fucking Negro. Okay, we got the images. Now look, with all these pictures. Now let's just slow this down for a second. Let's just go back here. Okay. Now the people who checking this out, see this image right here. Now these people only had two classifications, and how can we prove that? We got the census right here. Okay, in the census from 1790. I know this is well after the time of which they sampled. They just told you that they had fucking Indians enslaved from the earliest time the Europeans was here until the 18th century, which it was the Emancipation Proclamation. Okay, now during that whole time, 1792 through 1850, you don't see none of these motherfuckers on. You don't see none of them on the census. None of them on the census, right? That's 70 years right here, right? But who you do see on the census is black people and white people, okay? You see black people and white people. So with that being said, this person right here, what would this person has been classified? Would that person be classified as white, or would that person be classified as fucking black? You use your brain and you tell me, okay? Since people want to troll, and it's common sense at this point in time. It's common sense. You can sit there and try to troll or be mad about it. The truth is the truth, okay? Motherfucking black Americans are the Aborigines of North America, okay? Now, like I said, if they showed you these images, and if these people had it up to their way, these people was classified as black, okay? What about these people right here? What would they been classified on this list? Would they been classified as white, or would they been classified as black? They could have been classified as Indian because there's no fucking Indians on the fucking list for 70 years. For 70 years, there's no Indians on here. Okay, I gotta go back to the basics if people want to hack my page and people want to fuck with my content or whatever, or get mad about the illustration or whatever. And to be honest, like I said, in a lot of my videos, I have no problem with Europeans. No problem. I have friends I speak to or whatever. I have no problem with no Europeans. But the fact of it is, though, I'm going to let them know that I'm an Aborigine in North America. I'm not no African American. Okay, and then once you establish that fact, most people just move on, just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You know, if by any chance the opportunity come up to where a person do try to classify you as an African American or say, well, we know how black people, I'm not black. I'm an Aborigine in North America. Then they go further. And people honestly respect you for you knowing your history as opposed to being dictated or being under some doctrination of who the fuck you are or whatever. And like I said in my other video, you got two educations. The education that you was given to, and you have the education that you seeked out for yourself. And you know what I'm saying? And here we are. So we got plenty of pictures. We might be here for a minute, y'all. Since I couldn't do my live stream, and I can't do my live stream until they figure this shit out or whatever. We're gonna go through this shit. We're gonna go through this shit. If motherfuckers be hating, and it ain't even really, it's really no reason to hate. Like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck is people mad about people knowing their history? You know what I'm saying? Let me see this image right here. What the hell is this right here? I never see it. Say representing the British colonies in America. What the fuck? Fucking lion right here. See this lion? What is this in the background right here? Like people in some type of cage or something. I don't know, man. That's how you do this shit. Weird, man. The further you go down the paradigm with this information, it just gets weirder and weirder. You see this right here? Aborigine. Okay. Alright, let's go back to where we was at. Alright, so if it was up to the Europeans and the Europeans seeing these people right here, what would they be classified as? White or black? Okay? Because that's a game we gotta play. Because that's what they giving you. They're giving you this right here. They're giving you from 1790 to 1850, where they only got white and black. But they're telling you right here, according to, I'm quite sure this has sources to it. I'm quite sure it has sources to it. Let me see. Yeah, I'm quite sure this has sources to it. I have read this one already, man. So, you know, but this one goes in. Let me see something. Let me read some more of this, man, for people who can't fucking seem to comprehend. Shit, alright. So it say, documentation. The historical records of the Indian slave trade is based on many disparities. It say and scattered sources, including legislative notes, trade transactions, journals of slavers, government correspondence, and especially church records. Okay, they say especially church records. Okay, now I ain't know Indians went to church. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know that a lot of them are Christianized these days, but honestly didn't know any Indians went to church. We already know who the church fanatics are, making it difficult to account the entire history, okay, because they've been hiding it. It's well known by historians the slave trade began with the Spanish incursion into the Caribbean. It's saying Christopher Columbus taking of slaves as documented in his own journals. Every European nation that colonized North America utilized Indians for slaves, construction, plantation, and mining of North American content, but more frequently in their outposts in the Caribbean and in the metropole of the Europe. Okay, so they tell you they're taking you to Europe. They say as the pieces of the puzzle come together in the scholarship, historian notes that now here is there more documentation than in South Carolina. What was the original English colony of the Carolinas established in 1670? Okay. It's estimated that between 1650 and 1730, at least 50,000 Indians and likely more, due to the transaction hidden to avoid paying government tariffs and taxes, say was exported by the English alone to their Caribbean outposts between 1670 and 1717. Far more Indians were exported than Africans was imported. Okay, so now it's telling you. You don't see no Indians or the people you assume to be Indians in these countries in the Caribbean. You don't see them in the Caribbean, and people know people that from the Caribbean, they know this shit. The Southern Coast region, entire tribes was exterminated through slavery compared to disease of war. In a law passed in 1704, Indian slaves were conscripted to fight in wars for the colony long before the American Revolution. All right. Indian complicity and complex relationship. India found themselves caught between colonial strategies for power and economical control. The fur trade, okay, the fur trade, because they had the fur. They was the ones with doing the fur, like I showed you. Like we see them, like we see these images right here. Did I find that image? Oh no, I saw this one right here. It's a couple images. You just gotta really find them with the furs on them. They show you some of them. The one I just showed you, the dude had a fur on his head. As well as when you go to South America, you see the people, you see the Mayans and shit with furs and all that shit. I can't find you guys, you've seen it already. But what was we? All right, first rate in the northeast, the English plantation systems in the south, and the Spanish missions systems in Florida collided with the major disruption of the Indian communities. Indians displaced from the fur trade in the north migrated south, where the plantation owners armed them to hunt for slaves living in the Spanish mission community. From the French and the English and Spanish often capitalize on the slave trade in other ways. For example, they garden a diplomatic favor when they negotiated the freedom of slaves in exchange for peace, friendship, and military alliance. In another instance of Indian and colonial complicity in the slave trade, the British had established ties with the Chickasaw, who were surrounded by enemies on all sides in Georgia. They conducted intensive slave raids in the lower Mississippi Valley, where the French had a foothold, which they sold the English as a way to reduce Indian population and keep the French from arming them first. Alright? So that's the reason why you see, alright, so the extent of the slave trade. Let's just read this and I'm going to just continue with the video. The extent of the slave trade. The Indian slave trade covered areas from the west to south as New Mexico. It's a then Spanish territory. Northwood Great Lakes historians believe all tribes in vast swath of the land was caught up in the slave trade in one way or another, either as a captive or a trader. Slavery was part of a larger strategy to depopulate the land to make way for European settlers as early as 1636. So now look, check this out, right? It's obvious the motherfucker who did what they did to my page was a European, right? Let me just go back over that, okay? It says, historians believe that all tribes in vast swath of the land was caught up in a slave trade in one way or another, either as captives or traders. Slavery was part of a larger strategy. What was the strategy? To depopulate the land to make way for the European settlers, okay? Now, you mad because the truth is out there? Is motherfuckers trolling this person page who put this shit out here? Who put this article out there? You know what I'm saying? I wonder if they, because this right here will tell you. This will tell you that black people was already here. Because they're not telling you about Indian slavery. And this is something that, like, I made plenty of videos on, but I'm going to keep touching because this shows you and this forms the narrative. Not with all of the, anthropology stuff, what the Smithsonian Institute said. Modern Native Americans look like Chinese, Japanese, and Koreans, but the oldest ones look like Africans, Australians, and South Pacific Islanders. And people are so naive because if you had to say, well, who do these people look like? You understand? Who do these people look like? Even right here, you say, all right, well, who do these people have? If we had to resemble somebody and say that who these people resemble, who do they resemble? They don't resemble Europeans, so they resemble either Australians, Africans, or South Pacific Islanders, okay? And this shit is facts, man. You can't, you can go back and fuck around and play games all you want. Look at him. This is a fucking Negro. But when you call them in the Virginia Historical Society, they tell you that this is an African American dressed up as a damn Indian. That's the most ridiculous shit. When you got more pictures like this to prove that they fucking lying. You got more images. Look, you got these. Look. And I ain't even gotta go to show you my pictures, but look, you got these. Look, you got these. We ain't gotta show no photos of people. Let me see this something different. I ain't never seen this one. I like this one right here. Yeah, I like this image right here. But it shows you, look, Virginians. This little kid got an afro. This is tobacco. You see him sitting on the crown. You see he has an afro, okay? So that means that all of the images, like the brother said from the Virginia Historical Society, that was an African dressed up as an Indian. So why is it more of them then? Huh? Why are they showing you more Africans dressed up as Indians then? Huh? Look, why are they showing you more the Inca? Look. This is in America. He's smoking, okay? The Moor, he got the same feather head crown on. Why are they calling you Moors and shit like that? You understand? So, man, it's just like I said, man. You can't debate this. You can troll people's channels. Then it's gonna be another channel that open up. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else gonna open another channel up. So you can do whatever you feel is necessary, but at the end of the day, this is truth. And people, you got a problem with the fucking truth, and that's the problem these days. You know what I'm saying? Too many people, they got problems or issues with the truth. Look at these. These are Aborigines. He has a headband on. He's smoking. Okay, you see him with the headband on. The same image you see up here of this brother right here. This is the North American Aborigine right here. Okay, say black or more. But do we know that this is a North American Aborigine right here, okay? We know this now. This if we had to use our ethic skills or our social skills, what would this person right here be classified as if he was somewhere around here in 1790? 1790. Now I ain't even gonna go through the states. I ain't gotta go through the states. I'm going through the whole United States, and the whole United States records is showing you that there was no Indians. The people that they assume or calling Indians, they was not. They didn't pop up until right here, 1850. So where the fuck were they at the whole time when they was enslaved? Right here, when they said that. Now hold up, let me go down a little further. Let me read a little bit more. All right, so it says all right, so I read that part where it says slavery was a larger strategy to depopulate the land to make way for the European settlers. It say as early as 1636, we went over this plenty of time, after the Pequot War, in which 300, when they say 300, it was probably 30,000 Pequots was massacred. Say those who remained were sold into slavery and sent to Bermuda. I don't have no recollection of history telling you that they sent fucking people from here to Bermuda. Making slave imports, including Boston, Salem, and Mobile, and New Orleans. Now check this out. All right, it's telling you that they made slave posts, right? Are they saying that they made slave posts for Africans? Are they? No. Let's go back over this. No, sorry, hold on for a second. Let me get some water. Now check this out. Now, for the untrained eye, when they hear about these slave posts, right, say, as early as 1636, we all know about this, after the Pequot War, in which 300 Pequots was massacred, they say those who remained were sold into slavery and sent to Bermuda. Major slaving ports include Boston, Salem, Mobile, and New Orleans. From those ports, Indians were shipped to Barbados, okay? To Barbados by the English in Martinique, and Guadeloupe by the French. It's saying in the Antilles by the Dutch. Indian slaves were sent to Bahamas as a breaking ground where they might have been transported back to New York. They're telling you this shit right here. And this is like, yo, they telling you. I ain't even gotta go to no other article. Even though I've read this article before, but this is a good one because this gives you an idea. Because they will make you think that, okay, they just enslaved a few people and they brought Africans here, right? But this is when they're going to try to switch it up, though. All right? It says, the historical record indicate a perception that Indians did not make good slaves when they were shipped far from their home territories they too easily escaped and were given refuge by other Indians, if not by other Indians. Runaway slaves, yo. Runaway slaves. What Indians do they call runaway slaves? The Seminoles. Okay, but most people think that the Seminoles was African slaves, okay? They think that they was African slaves because they didn't do the research, obviously. Because if you did the research, you would know that it was, but see, they are bombarded by all the lies that's told about the African slave trade. Oh, it was 80 million people born here. Oh, it was all, bro. And you see, we went through slavevoyage.org. We ran through this shit and we seen everything. So, they telling you 100,000 people was born here. They showing you all this movement of Indians and they telling you, so how many people do you think was here? How many of them people you think was affected? Do you think it was 10 times the amount of Africans born here, or it might have been 20 or 30 times the amount of Africans born here? So how would that make anybody an African? Okay? They said they were shipped from their territory too easily to escape. I went over that. They say they died in high numbers on the transatlantic journey and succumb easily to European diseases. Okay, now they don't tell you that. It say they died in high numbers of the transatlantic journey because them 80 million people that they tell you that died came from here. It came from here. It say the succumb easily by European diseases. By 1670, Barbados had banned slavery. Indian slavery, citing too bloody and dangerous inclinations to remain here. Okay, so it says slavery, legacy of obscure identity. The Indian slave trade gave way to the African slave trade by the late 1870s. Now, it's saying right here, I'm quite sure whoever made this article is kind of researched in their own right. And they're telling you right here, they saying that it said the Indian slave trade gave way to the African slave trade by the late 1700s. By then, over 300 years. Okay, so these people was enslaved for fucking 300 years, man, and they show you right here right here from 1790 to 1850. You only got black and you got white. Okay, here's the Indians right here. Here they go right here. They're right here. How many slaves was there in the beginning? 1790. They said it was almost 697,681. And then it jumped up in the 1800s. It was more, and then in 1810 it became. So it shows you right here according to what they got. Okay, here go your Indians right here, man. And I keep telling people that, but they don't believe it. They don't even understand it. And even when we go here, right? It's another article. Let me see. Let me go back up. It's another article that I use a lot. It said the use of the term Negro and Black include person of Native and American ancestry, Anglo and North America, Jack Ford. Okay, now we already read this. I just want to go down here. We already read most of this or whatever, and we already seen how Jack Ford was alluding when he had that video of just saying that the original black people that was here was already here already. All right, so even when you go right here, most people think that the people all right, just check this out. They say the possibility that Native Americans was quite commonly called Negro is very much supported by the Portuguese usage during the colonial period, Brazilian Indians, okay? The people in Brazil, which they say Brazilian Indians, okay? Okay, so don't lose me on this because you motherfuckers think the people in Brazil was fucking Africans, man. Okay, the period Brazilian Indians were repeatedly referred to as Negroes or as Negro de Terra, Negro of the New Land. A great many examples from the 16th and later century cited by George Frederick, whatever, to say in his analysis of the Portuguese sources, these did not have to be repeated here, but to suffice to say that it was commonly that finally in 1750 the royal decree had to issue the following. Okay, so now they had to basically say, and here it tells you, it says among the regrettable practices which has resulted in the disparagement of the Indians, one prime abuse is unjustifiable and scandalous practice of calling them Negroes. Perhaps by doing so, the intent was no other than to induce in them the belief that their origins, they have been designated to be slaves. And what I told you the word Negro means, the word Negro is a property term. It's denouncing you as a dark person, but it's a fucking property term. And he just said it right there, okay? Perhaps by doing so, the intent was no other than to induce in them the belief that by their origins, they've been designated to be the slaves of whites, okay? Now it's telling you that right there, all right? So when you go further down, okay, now I just proved right there, because why would they tell you? If they brought Africans over to Brazil, why would they be telling you that they were referring to the Indians in Brazil as Negroes? Okay? They only call one people Negro. So let's stop the fucking stupid shit. They don't call everybody Negro. You don't see no Indians, no Native Americans being called Negro. Negro is being called for people that look like us, okay? So obviously, remember, if you go to Brazil, Brazil has the largest population of black people outside of so-called Africa, okay? And then you got Colombia, then you got North America. And in between, we got places like Honduras, Belize, Guatemala, and all these other countries that got high populations of blacks too. And they was not fucking slaves. They was indigenous people of that era, okay? So, it's one of the trolls right there. Ah, man. Yeah, man. It gets ugly, man, when you really do the research on this. And you can't keep buck dancing and running and saying, just making up little shit. Because jokers be making stuff up as they go along, man. You know what I'm saying? They just make stuff up, man, and you just catch it out there. Now, I'm not saying this is a very good piece of material right here, literature to definitely read. They say in 1619. Now we already said we can pull up Squanto's story right now and find that he has a 1619 story too outside of Virginia, which was in Massachusetts. Okay. Now, ironically, they keep using the term 1619 to basically say, all right, well, Squanto was supposed to be an Aborigine from here. He was taken to England. Somehow he found his way back through monks and everything. And when he came back, they say he came back in 1619. They say in 1619, some 20 Negroes were brought to Virginia. At least 11 of them had Spanish names. Okay. Now look. Virginia was an English colony, right? Why would they have Spanish names? Why? Why would they have Spanish names by any chance? You tell me why. You guys already know the answer for those who watch. But why would they have Spanish names? Okay? They say, or possibly Spanish character. Later, they were joined by Negroes and mulattoes, which names such as Antonio, they go yo Anthony right there, and John Pedro. These Spanish-derived servants could well have been part of American ancestry. However, no evidence is available except that they were largely secured from a captured Spanish vessel. Okay? What did Columbus say? What did Columbus say he can do? He took people from here. Actually, it's in here somewhere. It's a large article. You guys already read it. You guys already know. You heard what Columbus said. Columbus already said he took people from here. He never said he brought anyone here. He said he took people from this continent. Let's see if it's not right here. It's up further up. No, it's down. I want to find it. I just want to read it. So get to the video. Yeah, this is a good piece of reading material right here to definitely bring you up on. You know, I mean, I made a video on this. Most of the stuff right here I'm going over I already been touched on, but because motherfuckers like to troll and put some savagery on my fucking YouTube channel, while you know most of the people I got up here is respectfully people. They just want to learn history and to have someone sabotage, or even we just having a discussion. No one's sitting up here talking against nobody. We just trying to fucking learn our fucking culture and our history, man. And people don't even want you to learn that. You understand? And that goes to show you how evil people is, man. For somebody to post some fucking homosexual shit on somebody's page while we up here having a live stream or whatever, that's some disrespectful shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's alright though. You know, shit like that shit come back on people. People like that have a miserable fucking life. You know what I'm saying? They have a miserable life, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they can't go back. They can go back and say whatever you want. You can't say this is not a Native American. You can't lie and say it's a Native American. The only thing you can say, oh, this is an African dressed up as a Native American, and even lie that way. You know what I'm saying? Is you can't go back on it. Too bad they made these images or whatever. Too bad they made a book that cost $157,000. No, I ain't saying $157,000 that show that it was black people here. If this person right here was on this census in 1790, what would she be classified as? Would she be classified, or I assume that's a lady. I always assumed this was a lady right here. She got like breastplates or whatever. But look, if this is, look, you see more Negroes right here. So if you see these people was here, what would these people have been classified at in 1790? What would they been classified as? Because there's no Indians here, so we need to make some Indians up because you're saying that they exist. And then you got columns like this that's telling you that they had Indian slavery the whole fucking time. So where did these people go? Where did they go? Okay, and why do the people you showing us that look like the earliest Indians of the southeast and northeast regions look like us? You already said that the pink cloths were sold and they were shipped to Bermuda as a break. We already know all that. We already know we pull up what the images of the pink cloths are now. Okay, but what about this though, right here? Because it's your classification that's telling you. Your classification is having. Let's go back to the top, y'all, just in case you don't know. Total population, whites, black, American Indian, Eskimo, etc. Asian and Pacific Islander, alright? So you see that number jump up after 1850. Now, boom, where are we at? I'm going to go to the lowest number I can find, 1790. We go across. This is the white column. This is, well, no, this is total population. This is the white column. And this is the so-called black column, alright? So you see, 1790. There's no Indians. No data is available for them. Okay, why is no data available for them when they telling you that Indians were slaves? So they had separate. They had separate slave camps when they telling you that they were sending them to Bermuda and Bahamas. They was putting all these people together. You think they was separating them and letting them keep staying their tribes and say, all right, well, okay, oh, you're Seminole? Okay, all right, well, you want to go over there? No, they was mixing because it wasn't a large population of people. Like they was snatching people up where they can. But nonetheless, though, what we do know is we know that there was Indian slaves, but we know that there is none on the census. Okay, there is no Indian slave on the census. Okay, as you can see. Okay, you see white and black. Okay, no Indians, no Asians. Okay, but you do see them right here in 1850. Why is that? Why did we see them prior to the 1850? Okay? Why? Why didn't we see them prior to that? Because they go the real Indians. They were the people that they found on the other side when they went west of the Mississippi River. Okay? And they do whatever, you sabotage the channel, shut the page down. I don't really give a fuck. As long, people already know this would have been classified as a Negro over here. And it goes on and on. Okay, go on and on. You got images of fucking this right here. We already know. We got the same thing on. This is like where you start seeing these coats or arms because people was already rocking these bandanas. They was already wearing this shit. Okay, look at this. This is in Virginia. Okay? You see this. Black one. They call them a black one. What the fuck is this shit going on? I know I'm cursing like a seller, man, but I'm kind of hot about that shit. I ain't do nothing to anyone for anybody to do any clown shit or troll my page and get my shit shut down until they do it. Shit happens. It is what it is. I don't try to do a lot of live streams anyway. I try to keep it like to once a week or maybe sometimes twice a week. Me and Chief will go on, but for the most part, I keep it moderate, you know what I'm saying? I throw my videos up there. I do my Sunday night chat or Sunday night live stream with the Aborigines, and we keep it moving. You understand what I'm saying? I don't try to be on here every day. I got shit to do. No offense to anybody who is up here putting the information. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, look, American Indian, look at this. What you think he was classified? You think he was classified as white? What about this Indian right here? What about him right here with the medallion? What was he classified? Nigga, eyes red than a motherfucker. They went out the way to make his eyes red and shit. What was he classified as? Okay? What was he classified as? They go on and on and on, man. Like, okay, what was this person right here classified? Because you the one saying that you got white and black and no Indians to show. You got no Indians to show, but at the same time, we got articles such as this that's showing you the untold history of Indian slavery in the South and how they were shipping people to the Caribbean. They don't tell you that. They would tell you that they were bringing people here. And they would make you think that when Columbus came here, that he was bringing people here. But that's not the case. Columbus did not bring nobody. And people know that. You understand? People know that. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is read his information. He'll tell you that he took people from here to Europe. That's it. That's it. That's what you need to hear. He took people from here to Europe. He's not saying he brought people from Africa to the Caribbean like these people would be inciting or would be assuming. Oh man, Columbus brought people from nah, that's not true. Okay? And we can prove that. You know? So man, listen, I'm gonna cut this video, man. Shout out to the Aborigines. Like I said, I apologize to anybody for that disrespectful shit that was on last night. That was definitely not your boy the Tauntiest one doing. But maybe it was because of the information and the research that people want to try to, you know what I'm saying, disrupt or sabotage. Why would you want to sabotage something that's on the internet? We can Google this shit right here is on the internet. Look. All this shit right here is on the internet. See this? All this is on the internet. Okay? All this is on the internet. Okay? So if you want to stop, son, you have to stop showing these images. And also, you would stop putting people on the fucking maps, man, thinking people so damn stupid, like they ain't gonna be able to figure this shit out. Virginia, these motherfuckers don't look like Indians, okay? And anybody who know that what the Racial Integrity Act was, how they stopped people from being Indians in Virginia, and they classified them what the fuck they wanted to classify them as, or whatever. We ain't gotta go. We can just jump around. And like I said, this is right here in Canada, bruh. This is in Canada. You see this? This is a month. This is not no Indian. These are Negro. You see he even got the thing right here on his head. You see this shit right? He got the thing on his head like the Moresby one, like Drew Ali got. See this right here? Look, these are Aborigines right here. See these? You got a llama right here. Well, no, that's not a llama. That looks like a impala or whatever. But you see this? These are Negroes right here. Okay? Now they're not easy. They go to people that found them. These people ain't saying that, oh, well, we brought these people here. These people look like they was already here, set up and chilling already. You go here. You go to Peru. You think somebody made a mistake and made the people in Peru black? That's what you want us to believe? So like I said, man, you do your research, man, and research shall prevail. No matter what type of evil intent people got out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, you done heard the history all this time. So, I mean, shit. It ain't really, at this point in time, all we doing is learning more and more and more. So, I mean, you can't stop. You can sit up there and post little disgusting shit up there and have people, you know what I'm saying? Like, just some real disrespectful shit, man. Like this one right here. Look at this one right here. And these paintings go for a lot. These maps go for a whole lot. Let me see, hold up. Let me see if I can find that one come up. There you go right here. Now let's say, look. 1671, John Oberly. I can't read all this or whatever. I don't feel like reading, but it's saying it shows Virginia, Florida, Mexico, Central America. All right. Check this out. See that? Same little Afro type haircuts. They look just like that other image I just showed you. And then you go down here. It's showing you Honduras. Now you see this shit say Honduras right here, right? Now. It's showing you more Negroes right here. This is in Virginia. This says Virginia right here by Florida. These are Negroes. What would they been classified, people? What would they been classified on this list as? 1790 to 1990. What would they been classified as? Got white, black. Go down. 1790. White column, black column, Indian column. You see no Indians. They NA. 1790. But like I said, go back here. You got them completely telling you that long before the transatlantic African slave trade was established in North America, the transatlantic slave trade in Indians had been occurring since the earliest European arrival. Okay? Now, most people who's supposed to be so scholarly inclined will tell you, well, they brought Africans here from day one. Or whatever. They don't know about this, okay? They don't know about So you see this right here. So if we had to guess, or we had to guess what these people was, he clearly looked white, and he clearly looked black. And it's too many images for us to see that these are indigenous people. You understand? And hey, these are the people who come in. This probably, no, well, this is past, this is the 1671. So yeah, man, I'm gonna end it here. But yeah, shout out to the Aborigines. I ain't gonna be able to do no live stream for like 38 or however fucking long it takes them to fix this or whatever. But nonetheless though, like I said, man, y'all do your research. You know what I'm saying? You know, if everybody doing their research, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely, man, shout out to the Aborigines. No disrespect these fucking people. Like, they're very disrespectful. And I definitely don't tolerate the disrespect. That's why you see people, if you don't like the videos, then why are you here? Like, what are you here? Just, you ain't got nothing better to do but to come on people's page. Ain't nobody, I'm not even giving them, I don't even give a lot of these trolls no ammunition to keep going at me because I don't pay them no attention. The only one I was paying attention was was the female. I was saying I was just trying to edify, but she's so ignorant to where I just stopped even responding to anything that she comment or whatever though. But for niggas to come up there and I don't respond, I just alright man, just keep it moving, man. If you don't like the content, keep it moving. I ain't got time or energy to sit there and put into some people some fucking virtual thugs or some internet thugs or these internet fucking deceivers or whatever. And most of these jokers in real time, they ain't even built like that. You won't even know that they built like that because they won't even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, man, I am the time to this one, man. And like I said, this is my content. This is what I do or whatever. Sorry that you should have put together a better history course, and you wouldn't have to have people like me going over trying to edify people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So however it go, this shit gonna go on. The people gonna know. People already know who they are. So whether or not you post it, you deceive the live stream or whatever with people coming in peace. No one's bothering nobody. No one's saying coming in no hate. We just pushing the history out there, and it is what it is. So with that being said, I am the Census. So shout out to the Aborigines.